what's going on, everybody? Richie Plemons Lawn and Landscape. Hope everybody in Lawncare Nation is doing well today. As you can tell, we're taking care of one of our Georgia properties. I've been maintaining this property for about 4 years now, and as you can see, the zoysia is starting to finally come in. You still see a little bit of brown from the dormancy, but it's coming in slowly, and by this time next month, this whole place will just be a solid emerald green. So it's one of our nicer properties that we take care of. Really love doing this place, and beautiful pool area, and you know, I've got a beautiful front yard up here. You guys have seen this on video before. So, but anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about is the 200-hour review of the Ferris Z3x. She's dirty. Like got my little trash bin right there. You guys don't have a trash bin on your mower, you definitely need to invest in one, because I mean, it beats putting it down here on the platform. Nobody wants to put all that crap on the platform, and then you got to stand around it all day and all that. So I like having that. And this here, like I said, is yeah, I bolted it in here, and the bag, you know, lifts up, you squeeze it in, it pulls right off. Very simple to do, and you can get quite a bit of trash into that little bag. But as you can see, this is a Ferris Z3x 61-inch. It's got the Kawasaki FX 850V electronic fuel injected engine, and we have 218.4 hours. So I purchased this mower in September of last year. So it sat most of the winter, done a little bit of work in the winter time, but it's gone back to full time as of now. So we're wide open. The things I like and dislike about this mower, the things that I've experienced with this mower over the past you know, 6-7 months that I've owned it. I love the ability to have this front articulating front end. That is awesome to have when you're you know, on a bumpy yard or whatever, and it flexes up and down, back and forth, and prevents you from scalping in a lot of places that you used to do with a 61-inch mower. I scalp a lot less now, so I do like that. Another addition that I did add to the mower that I do recommend is this grass flap. You guys can see all that zoysia just piles up on the deck, and so and I'll get to that in a minute. But a must is a grass flap. You know, so easy. I've got it routed along the thing here, along the top of the deck, come up underneath onto the platform, and right here is where the pedal sits. So you need to just take your foot, touch it, flips it up, it, flips it closed. So simple. Leaves your hands open to be able to control the mower, and that's what's important while you're on the mower. You're not taking a hand off to open and close a chute. You do all this with your foot, and it's so much easier, you know, to maintain your stripe or wherever you're mowing. You might be in a difficult area where if you reach down with your hand, you might bump the sticks and do something crazy. So, but anyway, I do love that. One thing I have noticed about this mower is this: it does collect a lot of grass on top of your deck. So you do, I'm not going to throw that out in the yard. I'll wait till we're finished and I'll blow that off into the woods. So one thing about this mower, it does with the grass flap, you know, it's not going to seal perfect like you would with a mulch plate. So you do get a little bit of grass that will from time to time come out the front right here and sling it up on the deck. I mean, but when you're mowing a lot, you're going to get grass. It's going to get on your deck. A lot of people say, well, you know, the mower collects a lot of grass on the deck. Most mowers I've ever run collect a lot of grass on top of the deck. I mean, your tires are kicking it up. Your back tire kicks it up as you're rolling across. It's going to kick it up on the deck. No big deal. Just blow it off when you're done. You don't want to get that in your belts. You know, you may get most of you in the South are going to know what I'm talking about when I talk about this, but you get these little things called a sweet gum ball, and I don't have any sitting on the deck right now, but these little things they're devil spawn themselves. Mitchell Gordy made a great post about it, and I believe Mil-Spec Landscaping up in Tennessee, they made an awesome post. It was hilarious. If you guys hadn't checked those guys out on Instagram, make sure you're doing that now. I'll leave a link here, there, somewhere. I'll have their information so you can check those guys out. So, but a sweet gum ball is a little round ball. It comes off a sweet gum tree, and it got little thorns on them. And if you've ever walked across a a gravel driveway barefoot as a kid, or run around in the yard barefoot as a kid, or step on a pine cone, all right, this is a million times worse. They hurt. And when you run over them with a lawnmower, they get slung up on top of the deck. They get into your pulleys and they get up in here, right up in behind it, and they'll get up into the pulley between the belt. They'll snap your belt. And I've had that happen before, and I tell you right now that when you get one, you'll know it, because the deck will start vibrating once it gets hung in there. And so we tend to get those, honestly, you'll get them 2 or 3 times a week if you're doing a place that doesn't want them cleaned up. And you know, I try to avoid those kind of locations, but sometimes there's nothing you can do. You're going to get them. They're everywhere. You're never going to get them all up. There's always that 1 or 2 that tends to always be around. All right, one thing I have learned about this mower is I like running my tires. These tires, I like to run them on about 15 pounds, anywhere from 13 to 15 psi. I seem to get better grip that way. It's not too low that you're running a flat tire, but it's not so high. I think they come at about 20 psi, and so I drop that down to about 14, 15 psi, and that seems to be the sweet spot for this mower. You get good grip on hillsides that way. And if you guys have not watched my mowing a hill video, you need to check that out, because this mower will handle some nasty hills. I've put it on hills that a lot of people are like, you know, you can't put a mower on that, and I've had no problems. Comfort wise, this mower is extremely comfortable. I've run it all day, every day. I mean, I'll run 7, 8, 9 hours a day on this mower, and I tell you right now, if you're not running a stand-on, you're on a zero turn, you hear it all the time. I just can't see myself standing all day. Your body will thank you. The human body had preferred to be standing than to sitting, and all of the jarring comes through your legs instead of through your butt and into your back. So at the end of the day, you have more energy and you feel better. Of course, you got, like I said, the big beefy pad here. You got the big fuel tank underneath. Fuel efficiency wise, I can fill this up in the morning, run 7 or 8, 9 hours a day, and maybe have to fill it up one time. I mean, it does have a large fuel tank, so you don't have to worry too much about it. That brings me to the point of everybody else's problem, what they hate about these mowers. It's the fuel gauge. And the fuel gauge is right here, and it's down in that hole, and you can't see it right now, but I can look down in there and I can see it fine. I've gotten used to it, so I don't really have an issue with it. I have no problems, you know, bending over and looking down the hole and seeing the fuel gauge now. I've gotten, you know, I've run the mower long enough that that's pretty easy to find. Just like always, you have your settings from all the way down from 1 1/4 inch at its lowest setting, all the way up to I believe it's 5 inches. Yep, there it is, 5 inches. I had to find it there. So you can go all the way up to 5 inches. When it's full transport mode, you're at 5 inches. All the way down is 1 1/4 inches at its lowest point. So pretty simple. You have your throttle control right here. It's all electronic, fly-by-wire system. You press down, it throttles it up, or press up, it throttles it up, press down, it throttles it down. Pretty simple. You got a PTO engage here. This mower, when you step off the mower, the blades do go off. All you have to do is jump back on and pull up, and it'll automatically come back on. Key switch is here. A lot of people complained about the key switch, said it's in a bad spot. They said that, you know, you got to get in here. No, you don't. Come right underneath here and just turn it. It's pretty simple, very easy. I've got no issues with that. So I kind of like it there. You don't bump it quite so easy. So and shut the mower off. You can control how fast you're going to move with this control here. If you slow it all the way down, push the pin back in, you can't go as far. Turn the e-brake off. See, you don't go as fast. So run it all the way up. That's generally where I run it, and you can go faster. Here's your e-brake right here on the side or on the front. A lot of people don't like where the hour meter is. You actually have to get off the mower and look on the front for the hour meter. That's not preventing me from running this machine, so that's not a turn off to me. I know a lot of these guys, they have a turn off on a certain machine because the hour meter's in a weird spot, or the fuel gauge is harder to see. I can stand on that platform, I can see how much fuel I got in it. I can stand on that platform, I can change the deck height. I can stand on the platform and put the e-brake on. That's all I need. I'm mowing. If I wanted to check my hour meter at the end of the day, when I get off the mower, I can look at it. Usually right in the middle of the mower, right in the middle of a yard and I'm trying to mow, is not when I'm trying to figure out how many hours I've got on my mower. So that's not a turn off to me. 61-inch deck, Kawasaki fuel injected engine. Been a good mower. I mean, it's been a great mower to me. I've had no issues out of it. I don't know how well you can hear me right now. I've got my weeder, he's coming around. Oh, he shut it off, so we're good. So if you guys have any questions about the mower, let me know. I mean, here's something I can show you if you want to transport it. Here's your transport mode. Just pull them out on both sides. Very simple. Pull out and push in. That's your transport mode if you know you're dead and you need to push this mower. That's really simple. Huge coilover shock on the back here for comfort on the platform. You got a little squeak in it, but hey, nothing old WD-40 can't fix, right? Let's see. I was trying to think of some other things to go over on this mower. It's got flat free front casters. You have the bar, the rubber flap over the top of the battery box. I've heard a lot of people complain that that's a rubber strap, that if you're paying this much money, you need something better than a rubber strap. Well, that rubber strap has never come off, it's never broke, and I've never had any issues, so it don't really bother me. It's not a turn off once again. It's, like I said, this has been a good mower. I mean, for everybody knows I buy my mowers through Master Mowers down in Marietta, Georgia. It's a strong running mower. It's dirty as crap right now, but we've been working till about 9 o'clock every night for the past couple of weeks. I mean, we are working some late days when it's that time of year. I mean, you get it while you can, because we all know when wintertime gets here, we're all going to slow down a little bit. But I guess the next thing I want to talk about is the mower's only had one issue since I've owned it. We first bought it, we had an issue to be running along mowing, and suddenly it would just go into like a limp mode. And come to find out, there was just a plug-in that's, you probably can't see it, but it's right under here. And that little plug-in did not have enough, I guess, lithium grease on it. And so whenever it would get wet or whatever, the mower would go into a limp mode. It would basically spike it like it was getting too many amps. And so once we put the grease in there, we've had zero problems. Still running the same belt that come from the factory. We've got a couple of spares on the truck in case it does decide to go. Fortunately, right now it's still running strong, so we're not going to change it. We're not going to mess with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we keep the oil changed regularly every 50 hours, and keep all the filters clean and plugs changed in it, and fuel filters taken care of. And I've not had any issues. Like I said, I've never owned a Ferris mower that's been in the shop more than just a couple of days. I know that's, you know, some of you guys have probably had issues. I mean, that's with any manufacturer. You're going to have problems. They're going to break. They're going to tear up. Just some seem to be, you know, have better luck than others. And I've been very fortunate with Ferris. They build a good quality machine that I've not had any major issues, and I hope it stays that way. So, but anyway, guys, we're going to get back to mowing. We'll get a little footage of this Zoysia lawn here, and then we're going to wrap it up.
On my own, but I don't know why you hit the road, but you don't realize I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't be there. I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't be there. I won't look back. I don't know why she told me it's not your fault, but you don't realize that I never wonder what's the truth in your eyes. There's a light that makes me blush. I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't be there. I won't look back when you're
guys, so that's gonna wrap up our video today. Just want to do a 200-hour review on the Z3X. Which, you know, we've got the Z1 and the Z2 sitting there. The Z2 is sitting at about 12 or 13 hours right now. The Z1's I want to say is about 20 hours right now. So anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it 2 thumbs down. Go ahead and hit it twice. So anyway guys, we're gonna get out of here. Make sure you like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.